Hello everyone and peace of Christ to all of you. Today our topic is about Sadhguru. I spoke about him before, but today we are going to go a little bit and analyze so we can help people to see what we see. And you don't have to agree with me for sure. You have your opinion and I don't respect that. So, when somebody want to teach us and he claimed to be like a guideline, let us say a superior, someone he is way smarter than you, and when he talk, you learn from him, you experience stuff which is new. In the front of us, we have a quotation from Sadhguru as an example of his many. I mean, this is what he do, right? He talk, and then when he talk, people they worship what he say to the point it became a quotation, as if he is. I don't know, I wouldn't want to give an example of what, but look like they worship him. And we find a lot of people, they do that with someone is celebrity, especially if he is the person present himself that he is the top G, as an example, like he is unique, he is the best in everything. So today we will see some quotation and we'll show you why really this man is very dangerous. The mind is constantly preoccupied with what is going around us. Take a deep breath, slow down your thoughts, and then Sadhguru asks, are you here to experience life or to think about it? But then we ask ourselves, what kind of wise man he say, are you here to experience life or to think about it? Can we experience life without thinking about it? Can I experience life without being conscious? In other way, if I am unconscious, because that's what you are asking me to be, not to think about it, experience life. He just said in the beginning, the mind is always preoccupied with things around it. It's not even a choice. So how you request from them not to think about it? And then when they say to you, let us do yoga. What is yoga? Is to think about yourself. Like, even like when he is supposedly speaking about doing the right thing, it have to be done by thinking, supposedly. As an example, he said his wife, she decided to kill herself by yoga, which means she thought about it, and she was able by thought to control her destiny according to him, and she killed herself. What an amazing, stupid story. Who believe in that? And always history repeat itself. Sound like this guy is asking me to do what some stupid American did not long time ago. It's called the hippie. The hippie, what is the hippie? Hippie, just a free sex, make love, not money, screw around, get drugs, don't work. What work for? Let us enjoy party, smoke, drink, grow hair, don't take shower, homosexuality, I mean, you name it. So don't think about it, experience life. But this is the way to destroy you and become really, the first step will be homeless. The second step, you will be trash, literally trash. Happiness, that means you yourself are the last one to be happy because you always think about it. Experience life, Guru. Isn't it this is what you do, supposedly? You keep thinking and sharing thought. But I thought experience life should not be by thinking. But based on this, you never experience life because you are always thinking. Thinking how to make money for sure and how to fool those people who I am amazed by the number of how many white people under the influence. Rarely I will find black people joining this idiot. I'm not like speaking about the white people, but isn't it amazing? If you go and watch the videos, you will see what I'm talking about. It's normal to see a lot of Indian, because he's Indian, but to see all those Beverly Hills coming to listen to him. And look what he says here. Health does not always come from medicine. Most of the time comes from peace of mind, peace in the heart, peace of soul. It comes from the lover and love. Wonderful. Oh, hippie. Love. Do you see the word love? Priceless. But this is the same guy who don't believe in love.
We can call it fear, we can call it courage, we can call it love, we can call it hate. But it is just different shades that your mind takes at different times. All this is only because it is in constant compulsive reaction to something around you. In reaction, if somebody is nice to you, you fall in love with them. If somebody is nasty to you, you hate them. Like this, in reaction, so many things are happening. This is a psychological and social phenomena. This is not an existential reality.
Love is not an existential reality.
It is what's happening within you, it's your emotion.
What is it? Give me an existential reality that doesn't happen within you.
Well, life is. You're alive right now, this is existential.
Well, it's pretty in you, though. The life, right? I mean, I don't know.
So he told us not to think about life, but to experience life. And then he said, well, you know what? We have to make decision, which means to think about life, to make life happy. And then he denied that life is exist within you. Life is not within you. And then we see this quotation. The life within you cannot be unpleasant. You just said life is not within me. The guy, he says to you, can you give me an example of something you experience is not within you? He said, well, that's very simple. Life. And then the rabbi, he gave him a smart answer. He said, but life is very much is within you, isn't it? I mean, can you believe the stupidity level? And those people, they find him amazing. And then he speak about the mind. We will go back to that.
Thought or learning or all these things that may seem transient but are in fact, I think, deeply rooted in the human experience.
Let me come to that. So it's like this. If your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want it? Hello? If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. You want it? Yes. I got a bigger yes for that than health. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call it love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only for success, only to make the surroundings pleasant, there is a challenge because you need the cooperation of all the forces which are here. But to make my body pleasant, mind pleasant, emotion pleasant and energies pleasant is 100% my business.
As you heard, his life to be pleasant, to be happy, is 100%. But he just said all those forces have to come together. But then he says at the end, it is my 100% decision. But this is the guy, he said, are you here to experience life or to think about it? So how you can make the decision of making your life pleasant if you are going to experience life without thinking about it? Isn't it decision is about thinking about it and making decision? Having language skill to play with the mind of the fool does not make you smart. Simply you are a con person. Because simply everything you said is just a contradiction for what everything you said in the same video. You cannot claim that you experience life and you say to the crowd that everything is a reaction, and then at the end you says it is 100% my business to be happy. 100%. So if you are a poor person, sleep in the street, homeless, and people start beating you, or people make fun of you, or if you have no food, or maybe you are dying from, you cannot afford medicine, and then you are telling me that I can be so happy experiencing happiness without thinking about it. So a person who is hungry, he will not think about food. A person who is in pain, he will not think about pain. A person who is homeless, he will not think about a cold night. I mean, just experience life. How silly, how stupid. But as you notice, he is speaking to rich people who they will never experience any of those things. And talk for them is a luxury. Those people are coming for entertainment. It's just to fool them and just to play with words. And because they are, all of them, uneducated, they find that a pleasant. So now he is saying, don't think about how to be pleasant and don't use your brain. But he is bringing those people to think about what he is saying, and that will make them feel pleasant. And he got paid for it. Isn't it pleasant to get paid for speaking rubbish? I think so. And life is not within you. And then he said in the quotation, yes, life is within you. And then if you read the second part of his quotation, it says, unpleasantness is created in your mind. But he just said that his pleasant is his decision, which means it's created in his mind. So what a problem. So now conclusion, he just said you don't need to think about it. And then he said you need to think about it. And then he said you should not think about it. And now he is saying that his mind is the one who think about it and make it pleasant. And now he is contradicting himself again, saying that any pleasant is coming from the mind. So now we got the conclusion. Pleasant and unpleasant is created in the mind. But are you going to experience life or going to think about it? What the heck is that? This is the philosophy? Excuse my language. Are you going to experience shit or think about it? I know this is not a professional way to say it, but as you know, I'm not a professional. I am down to ground. I say things as it is. Who like it, who don't, I don't care. This is nothing but a bullshit. Now imagine yourself a family member of Sadhguru, and you have such a wise man in your house, teaching you yoga every day. How much happiness your life will be. Full of it, pleasant. Remember, it's my business, 100%. In this interview, they asked him about his wife's death. And look how he explained what happened. It was an ultimate success. His wife, she decided to kill herself by yoga. I don't like to be talking about a personal life, but this is not about personal no more. He is making yoga as a way to kill yourself a success. I did not say that. Listen carefully.
Where you're concerned, and that is that your late wife, there is this controversy about the way she died. Will you help me understand that a bit?
This is a nation where there have been thousands of incidents where people have left their body consciously. So she announced that she will leave almost 9 months ahead of that time. And she even prepared my daughter, who was only 7 years of age.
So you are saying that you don't accept the statement that she committed suicide. Rather, you say she decided to leave. But isn't it, this is what suicide is about? And then you make it more stupid when you say she announced 9 months in advance. If there is any witnesses, do you have any? Announced. In the top of that, 9 months in advance, she announced to you that she decided to leave. Why took her 9 months? What happened? I mean, is it a period you have to go through? Is that like there is a scientific study says if somebody do yoga, He can decide today to go, to leave Earth, and then 9 months after, his application will be processed. And thousands of people, they left Earth this way. What? A human being, he can do that? I can say, well, I can stop eating. But by stop eating, I'm committing suicide. I can cut my veins. That is suicide. A decision of a person to die is nothing but a suicide. The tool of it, it doesn't matter. So he's saying it is yoga, and that is because she is happy. Because she is so happy, and even she have 7 years old little daughter. And what you were doing for 9 months? Did you agree with her that she should go? And because her life is perfect now. You know, some quotations of him prove his stupidity. He says, the sign of intelligence that you are constantly wondering. Idiots are always dead sure about every damn thing they are doing in their life. Is that about you? Or you are talking about someone else? Who was the idiot here, you or your wife? By choosing to leave, and she have a daughter, she is 7 years old, little girl. And you were not able to convince your wife if what you are saying is true, which is impossible to believe in it. Not to do that. Your love was not able to convince her to stay. Her love to her daughter was not exist. Another quotation for this madman: confidence and stupidity are very dangerous combination, but they generally goes together. Okay, let us see. It can be true that you can be foolish and feel confidence. But look what you just said. Confidence and stupidity goes together. Does that mean every stupid is confident and every confident is stupid? That is the most stupidest statement ever. Same time he said, confidence can do things for you, but confidence without clarity, a big disaster on the planet. But how a person can reach the clarity without confidence? And how a person can reach confidence without clarity? When a person reaches the point of confidence, simply, it's clear for him that this is the right thing to do. I mean, what a mad person. What are you talking about? Mental? Both are connected. And both can be wrong, which means confidence can be wrong, clarity can be wrong. So confidence and clarity is a state of mind in the moment where I believe this is the right thing to do. Later I might discover the opposite. Later I might discover, oh, I was right. So clarity in the eye of a human being is a moment or statement or a state of thinking where in your ability, because we are limited, we don't know the future, in our limited ability, we think that it's clear for me to do this, which means I do it with confidence. But nobody can be confident unless he reached the point of clarity for himself first. And maybe later he tried to convince others with it. So the statement is just a chain of contradictions and stupidity. And then the smart man, he say to you to help you in your life to feel better. If you are alone and getting bored, then you are obviously in a bad company. Listen, you're alone. So he's telling you, you are the bad company. Is that how a shrink helps someone is sick? Saying to him, you are the bad company? In one hand, you say to them, you seek clarity, and confidence is not true. It's just a disaster without a clarity. And now you are making it clear to the person who needs your help that it is clear that you are a bad idiot. And now you will be confident because you listen to Sadhguru. And listen, if you are a poor person in India sleeping in the floor, you have no food, you have no support, you have no medicine, you have no house, all what you need is a clarity from Sadhguru. His name is Sad, yet he will make you happy. Don't worry about food. Don't worry about health. Don't think about life. Just experience life. But I say to Sadhguru, do you see this woman in the floor? You said love is not real. I assure you that this woman, she loves her children. And it's coming from not reaction. It is not a reaction. It's a child she did not get any benefit from. She got pain. This child caused her a lot of pain to give birth to him or her. Yet she loved that child. So you are absolutely false teacher. Playing with the words, using a skill of language, and the foolish ones is the one who listen to you. As the Chinese, they say it. He left as a donkey, never come back as a horse. And that is not for you, because you are just fooling people. This is for the foolish people who believe in you and listen to you, and they think they can get a benefit. Or what they can get is nothing but confusion. And ask yourself, the one is listening, after listening to this idiot, are you more confused or more clear things for you? The answer, and I challenge you to say, now I see things clear. In fact, he make you really confused. For a very simple reason. You decide to be stupid. You decide to let someone else to think for you. You decide not to question what he is saying. Everything he said is a disaster. If we don't believe that love is real, that means a woman now, she will go home and she will look at her husband. He is just a boyfriend. He don't love her. He is just being, he feel for her something. They call it love as a reaction for she is nice. Or he is nice. So now she will go and find a new man is nicer, because this is what love is, a reaction of somebody nice to you. But this is absolutely false. There is many people might love you more than you can imagine, even you've been never nice to them. The same as an example of the mother and her child. There's many children, they are so bad to their parents, but they love them. So everything they say to you is a stupid, and if you are a stupid fool, well, I cannot say shame on you. I say good for him. He used you, he got your money, and you're an idiot. Thank you very much for listening. Leave your comment, and those who support Sadhguru. And by the way, last time I made a video for him, this is why I don't give videos about him. This idiot, he went to YouTube and he flagged me for copyright. And he is the one who teach people about, let us accept each other. Why you get upset if somebody criticize you? The second I made a video, not even 15 minutes after the video, his organization went to YouTube and report me for copyright. This is the guru who teach you to accept each other and to accept criticism. Why you want everybody to agree with you? That is not healthy. But the second you don't agree with him, he is in war with you. Lying and deception and confusion. Money and power and authority. Privilege and control. All those things shared by every cult leader in the world. Now you might say he is not leading a cult. No, the way he thinks, it's a cult. In fact, you know, he is just part of Hinduism, but he is doing business as many. The market change. The market expand. The market is India. But there's blonde people who they want to be hippie, and they are desperate for some happiness. Let us go there and tickle their mind with some foolish words, for they are foolish. And let us go back with a bag full of money. You will not see Sadhguru having interview with poor people. You will see Sadhguru bringing people dancing in the stage, beautiful women, costing a lot of money. What a showtime. It is a showtime. Promoting zero ethic, promoting selfishness. And the most important is me, Sadhguru, to be the star, to collect the money, and let the fool die. Leave your comment. You don't have to agree with me. If you agree or not, I don't really care. I say what I believe, and I do what I believe I should do. God bless you all, and may the Lord open the eyes of mankind so they can see who is the wise, who is the fool, and they will not be fooled. Thank you. God bless.